Well, good morning, Patriots. So we're going to try to see if we can actually do our stream the way we would do it if we were sitting down. So this is kind of a trial and error to see if we can do it. So far, it seems to be working. So anyways, so here's to our headlines. And I just picked this up this morning when I was getting ready for... to go do my normal job. And what we saw was England is getting ready to drop all mandates. The mask mandates, the vaccine passport mandates, every one of them. The mandates are about to end. I think they said on Tuesday they're done. The mandates are done. Well, wait a minute. Explain something to me. If the mandates can be done in England, what's different there than here? I don't see how it's any different there than here. Are we in a special country where COVID just wants to hold on? Now, understand, this is a news platform, but what I say is based on my opinion. Whether it's backed by truth or not, it's based on my opinion for you fact checkers. So, for anybody that's just coming in, fact checkers seem to disagree with fact. So, we have to base everything on opinion, even though when the fact checkers are basing their findings on opinion, as Mark Zuckerberg said in a congressional hearing. So, anyways, what is so special about the United States that we just cannot get rid of COVID? It's not that we're not following the rules. I mean, yeah, there's some people that are just, I am not going to be forced. And this is what it comes down to. Coercion and force. You have to. Instead of saying, we recommend you to do this, we're saying, you have to do this. And we're going to figure out a way to make you do this. I'm not really sure how exactly England did it, but England's not the United States either. They do not have exactly all the liberties that we have, and neither does Canada. But if the Democrats, and I'm going to say it, yes, if the majority of the extreme leftist, socialist, agenda-driving Democrats have their way, our rights, meaning you Democrats that vote Democrat and think this stuff is a good idea, when you will think it's a good idea till you start losing those rights. So, what is different now that we cannot get rid of these mandates? And it's control. There's no reason why other nations can lift their mandates, but yet we're still stuck with them. And a mandate is a glorified request. Yes, if a private business says, we want you to mask, they have the right. No shirt, no shoes, no service, right? So, no mask, no shirt, no shoes, no mask, no service. They have the right to deny service. A private business has a right to deny services for not adhering to what their codes are. So, don't get mad at mandates because Walmart says you got to have it, or Kroger's, or for those areas that have Kroger's, or for us in New York, Price Chopper, and in certain areas, Stop and Shop, Hannaford supermarkets, things like that, because they say you got to wear a mask. That is a private business. They have the right to do that. Like if you had a privately owned business and there's not state pressure to make you do it, you'd have the right to say, we require you to wear a mask until this is over. Now at state, federal, government levels, it's a little bit different. A mandate is a glorified request. Well, it's not a law. It literally is not a law like Jen Psaki was saying, and like others were saying. A mandate is not a law. It's a glorified request. So if somebody can come back and tell me, now I also want everybody to understand it's recommended that we try to engage with our audience. Well, when we're using platforms, and it's kind of hard to engage because now I can't see what's coming up. If I was doing a Facebook Live, I could see what comes up. This with a remote platform, I can't see what's coming up unless I'm doing one from home, where I can have my laptop set up so I can see. So right now, I will tell you it's January 20th at 7 a.m. So this is the live. Okay. So now let's try to see. Let's see if I'm going to see if I can get some more information. See what's different there versus here. I don't think you're going to really find much. I think it's that they just realized that this stuff is, in my opinion, stupid. Is COVID real? Yes. Does it cause real health problems? Yes. Does it kill people? Yes. But guess what? So doesn't the flu. And it kills thousands, if not more, if not millions of people around the world a year. So they're both pneumonia. Pneumonia is another one that kills uncountless numbers every year. A common cold, which is COVID, can cause so many problems that people don't even realize. Cold going into a sinus infection, cause pneumonia, pleurisy, you name it. So we are fighting a different thing. But Omicron could be the end mutation, and you may end up finding that, yes, there could be like a flu shot, a recommended COVID vaccine or shot, just like the flu shot. I think I was reading one where they're looking at incorporating for the annual flu shot with COVID. So we'll see what happens with that. So now, big win. Let's move on to the second part. Big win for voting rights, and not the ones that the left thought they were gonna get. It's not their win. When you have Democrats siding with Republicans on a filibuster for a voter right bill that is unconstitutional, your party's in trouble. Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema stood their ground and said no. They said, it's racist. It's racist. You're keeping black people from voting. What? No. You're not keeping black people from voting. It doesn't matter what color you are. If you're an American citizen and you didn't vote because you don't have a state ID of some sort, I mean, you don't have to have a driver's license. It's just got to be a state-issued ID. Are you freaking kidding me? If you don't have one and you complain you couldn't vote, it's because you're freaking lazy. I know I said that, and I said it loud. You're lazy. I'm getting Dan Bongino crazy over this one because it irritates the ever-living heck out of me. If you don't have an ID, it's because you're lazy and you didn't go get one. Simple as that. Nobody, it's not racist. It's not racist. Just millions of people in the United States, black, white, Asian, whatever you are, millions of us in the United States have IDs, driver's licenses, IDs, period. But you got this little minority of people that think it's racist, and it's racist against black people to get an ID. In reality, what it is they wanted to let non-citizens now. To vote in the United States, you have to be a citizen of the United States. If you don't agree with that, you're the problem. You got a problem. Nobody should be allowed to vote in any election in the United States if they're not a citizen. I don't care if it's right down to the local government. If you are not a tax-paying citizen of the United States, you do not have a right to make decisions on who runs our government. Period. Absolutely ludicrous what they were trying to do. Absentee ballots should be for shut-ins and military personnel, government workers, civilian contractors that are working for abroad for good, rebuilding infrastructure, missionaries. There should be certain criteria that has to be met for mail-in ballots. Not saying you shouldn't be allowed a mail-in ballot, but there should be certain criteria that needs to be met for mail-in ballots. Bottom line. Mail-in ballots should not be used for people that are too lazy to go to the polling stations. Again, this is truth. This is fact. If I can get my butt up, and millions of other Americans can get their butts up on election day and go to the polling stations, then everybody else can too. Again, you want a mail-in ballot, you should meet a certain criteria. If you don't, then you better get to the polling station if you want to vote. The Democrats were trying to be able to load their votes with illegals, with non-citizens, with refugees. We are looking at, in our little area right here, in Glens Falls, New York, there's a group that's looking at bringing in Afghani refugees. Listen, you know how many homeless people we have in our area? We have tons of them. Tons of them. So, explain to me, this is where I'm going to get mad. Explain to me where you're going to put Afghan refugees in our city, our little town and city, when we have a homeless problem. You ain't got a place for them and their citizens. You ain't got no place for refugees. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that these people are bad that you're trying to bring in. I don't know them. But if we don't have a place for our homeless people and homeless veterans, then we don't have a place for refugees. And we shouldn't have to pay for them. So, these are the people that they want to try to open voting up for. Let's give them what they want. Let's treat them really good, make them dependent on us, and they will vote for us. This is why, and they can deny it all they want. This is why they wanted the voting bill so bad. So, all right, folks, I'm going to cut it. Did my rant. Please, please, please share this. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and we have to get for the algorithms, we have to hit certain numbers to be allowed to do certain things. So, if you can, it would be highly appreciated if you could go ahead and like, share the crap out of it, smash the crap out of that share button, and please leave us a comment, because if we got comments, then we can see what's going on, if we need to change, if anybody's got any suggestions, recommendations, or requests that we might be able to accommodate. And the fact checkers have hit us pretty good a couple times on the on stuff that they deemed wrong, false information, which what was provided was not false. It was either opinion based or professionally backed. So we really need to hit certain numbers in the algorithm. So it takes more than just viewing. Viewing helps in the algorithms on all of our platforms, but we really need those likes and the followers and the shares to bump those algorithms up. So, like I said, hit that follow button if you're not already following. I'm still working on a subscribe button. Once we get the algorithms at a certain level, we can add some other things. It'll open us up. And hit that like button. Smash the crap again out of that share button. And until next time, stay frosty, my friends.